Peninsula Crimeea, ocupată de Rusia, este aproape izolată de restul federației după ce Ucraina a lansat atacuri împotriva pozițiilor rusești. Kiev a lovit un pod feroviar, o centrală electrică și alte elemente de infrastructură în Crimeea și a slăbit rutele logistice pentru aprovizionarea trupelor rusești. Mai multe detalii ne oferă corespondenta Euronews, Sasha Vaculina.
The strategy for Ukraine is to cut Crimea off Russian control and Russian ground lines of communication. Now we have to take a look at Crimea and its very, very complex geographic position. It is both strategically important but very complicated. Now let's take a look at the map. Now Crimea is sitting between mainland Ukraine, Russia and the wider Black Sea region. In the north, Crimea is tied to Moscow-occupied southern territories of Ukraine by a very narrow land corridor and also this web of roads and rail lines. And you can see some of them on the map. And these are exactly the road and rail lines that Ukraine has been targeting in this case, trying to not allow any supplies by Russian military command towards the forces in Crimea. Because, of course, first and foremost, the peninsula has been turned into a massive military base. Now, at this stage, only Kerch remains the link to Russia. This is, of course, the Kerch Bridge, which was illegally built after the annexation of Crimea in 2014.
I mean, the question, of course, is why are they doing this now, the focus on Crimea, and why is that important?
Ukraine is capable of doing it now thanks to the improved mid-range capabilities. Mid-range goes between 20 to 200 kilometers, strikes mostly with drones. Why Ukraine is doing it? To stop the supplies for the Russian forces in Crimea. It will also take longer, obviously, for Ukraine to take Crimea back, which is the end game here for Moscow. For Kiev, for Moscow, the end game is not to let it go. This is the territory, this is the trophy for Vladimir Putin. This is the territory he would let go last. But these attacks and this campaign gives Ukraine a very strong argument when it comes to forcing Moscow and Putin personally into the talks with Zelensky.